YouTube. Good morning. Good morning. What's happening? What's happening? Sunday morning. I just done my 4 miles. And if you've been following me, y'all know what it is. I'm finna go and get myself together for the week. But before I do that, somebody asked me. I went to a gathering yesterday, a little function, and I met some people. And somebody asked me, what made me decide to run 50 states? I was just telling them, we were just having a conversation. I was telling them, that I run a half marathon and my I run marathons, and my goal is to run a half marathon in all 50 states. And I'm at state number 21. And the lady was like, well, what made you decide to do that? That's a great question. Shout out to her, and I told her about my YouTube channel or whatever. Shout out to her if she subscribed. And just in case anybody else want to know the answer, this is why I'm answering it. Um, she she has no desire to run it at this moment. She has no desire to run it. But I answered the question, and I'm gonna get a little more in detail here on this video than when I talk to her. But here's the reason why. Let me start by this. I love running. I've been running for every bit about 10 years, I believe. I lost count. I think about 10 years consistently. Off and on all my life, but consistently about 10 years. And when I mean consistently, at least, unless something drastic has happened within them 10 years that I can't think of right now, but at least 2 or 3 days out the week, I'm going running. And I've been doing this for the past 10 years. Like I say, I might be off a little bit. I might have missed a week that I don't recall at this moment, but for the past 10 years, consistently, I will run at least 2 or 3 days, at least 3 days a week, at least. So I done developed a love for it. I mean, it's a form of meditation. It's therapeutic, in my opinion, and I just have I don't just develop a love for. I know some people, they run and they really don't like it. And my thing is with that, I understand you want to overcome your fears and do things you don't want to do. I get that part of it, but I see people, run more than they really like should be running. For somebody that don't like it, I don't get that. Like somebody will run a marathon and say they don't like it. Well, what the fuck you doing it for? I mean, but they got their reasons, and I'm not here to judge nobody. But anyway, let me get back to the question. I love running, and I also like traveling. And I done been a lot of places, man. I done visited a lot of areas. I done been a lot of places. I done been to Jamaica. I mean, I be here all day telling you all the places that I've been. And what I noticed is before I started like running these states, before I started doing that, I noticed that the times I was going places, either I'm going somewhere and go sit up at a bar and drink, or I'm going shopping, and I'm taking pictures in front of a building, and shit like that. That's when I first started traveling. And I'm like, this is my opinion now. Anybody who does this, shout out to y'all. That's what you want to do. Do what you want to. But I'm just answering the question, so just bear with me. And I mean, to me, that shit I just named, that's just a bunch of bullshit to me. So I'm like, well, I still was doing it. I still, still was doing it. And I know I'm not a shopper at all. Anybody know me? I ain't fuck shopping. I personally, if I'm going to the store, I know what I'm going to get. I'm going to grab that and get the hell up out of there. I don't. I'm not a shopper like that. So I noticed I was doing that, and then like I said, drinking and eating sweets, and it was just, to me, I just didn't get the joy out of it. And then I realized that I'm a very adventurous person. What I mean by adventurous person, I ain't no stranger to go somewhere and go climb a mountain, ride horses in the mountain, ride ATVs, jet skiing. I haven't learned to surf yet, but I attempted to surf. I like surfing and getting mopeds and riding through the city. I like doing shit like that. So I started getting into doing those things. You know, before I decided to run marathons, you know, in the state, I started doing that. I remember I went to Hawaii and I rented a moped and I just rode that city. I rode through that city like I owned the city or something. And I really enjoyed it. It was real fun riding the mopeds through the mountains. I just had a good time, and I'm like, yeah, this is my niche here. So I went. I mean, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit so I won't make this video too long. So when I told y'all a story a while back. I went running one morning. And my back, my lower back, and my feet was hurting, and I was walking funny to this other guy. He's like, "What's wrong?" He just asked me what's wrong. I told him I don't know why he asked me that shit, but I mean I know why. I'm gonna get to why. But he was like, "Well, what you know?" Asked me what's wrong. I told him my lower back and my feet hurt. He said, "You know why?" I said, "Why?" He said, "You got on the wrong shoes." He said, "Man, them ain't no good shoes to be running in." I did not have knowledge on the fact that at this particular time I did not have knowledge on the fact that I did not have knowledge of the fact that you have to wear a certain pair of shoes. And please believe it is a big difference. You goddamn going running around the park in some damn Jordans or some bullshit ass shoes. You really need to go change your shoes. If you in pain, you might need to start there. As far as if for those who just starting to run and you got on some bad shoes, you might need to go to a running shoe store and get some running shoes. It's a major difference. But anyway, he was telling me I got the wrong shoes. So I went to this place, Fleet Feet. He told me about the place in Savannah, Fleet Feet. Met this cat named Jason, and he put me on some good shoes. I bought a good pair of shoes, and he told me about this run group that runs on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the afternoon. And I think about 6:30. Yeah, 6:30. Everybody get together and they go running. And all these different people that I met, I went one particular time, and after they finish running, they sit back and they'll open up a cooler and they have beer and everybody just talking and just talking and sharing their goals with each other. And I met a few people that was saying that they running, they got a 50 state goal. And I'm like, 50 state goal. They explained it to me. They said they want to run a half marathon in all 50 states. And I was like, that is dope. That's cool. That's where I got the idea from. And then I just took it from there. I just took it from there. And that's what made me, made me decide to do this. And what I've learned were, the states that I have ran, what I've learned is that these states that you go to, let's say St. Louis. I went to St. Louis and they would the course would take you through the best parts of the city that you're running in. Like I say, St. Louis, they take you through the best city, the best part of it, and just running through that city and just look at if I was I'm not able to run and record, give y'all a tour of the city at the time, but they show you the best parts of the city, and I really enjoy it. And I'm starting to get into the what is it? History. The history of the places, seeing who's from this place and what they did, how did they contribute to this city, and it's just really interesting. And what's crazy is if you know me from younger, history, any of them damn subjects. Well, I didn't give a damn about none of it. Some of this stuff, I probably, if I would have just sat back and paid attention instead of copying off somebody's paper, instead of just trying to like pass the class and not don't give a damn about learning. And some of this shit I probably already would have known, but it's interesting to know. Okay, a TV show you watched back in the day, this person is from here. This is where he went to school at. Those type of things are at this moment interesting to me. So now I get to run, I get to run the cities, and then the fact that I'm into running, I like to see different things. Like when you running, you kind of want to you kind of want to see different things at different times. You don't want to run and see the same thing all the time. Now I know this is going to be a little contradictory, but I run Lake Mel all the time. It's just something about that place that never gets old to me. Just running around that lake and running, looking at the ducks. That shit just never get old to me. But I do like to see different things. I really do. To be honest with you, I really do. So running these different cities, seeing different things, and also when you own these places, you get to meet different people and looking at their view on life. That is very interesting too, because I'm like a extrovert, if you will. At times, sometimes I don't have to be no extrovert, but for the most part, I'm an extrovert. I would talk to somebody and just listen to what the hell they got, what their thoughts on life is, and some of that shit be interesting, man. Because in your mind, you think you have all the answers and you know everything. Just pay attention to what somebody else is thinking on me and watch what they say and listen to what they say. You be like, man, that's an interesting standpoint you have on that. And then some people you listen to them, you like, hey man, I don't where the hell where you get your brain from? So it's different. So that's pretty much the answer to the question. If anybody was interested in knowing what made me decide to run all 50 states, there go your answer. And I just answered the question I answered. I mean, I'm just answering the question that I was asked at a get together yesterday. And if anybody else have a question, you want to make this channel interesting, ask the question. I answer it to the best of my ability. So I got the day what's going on. I got to, I have to get myself together for the week. I started yesterday, a little bit yesterday, but I had to break it off because I had to do a few things yesterday. So I got to go to the grocery store, get my stuff ready for the week, and just that's pretty much all I got to do. And that's it, man. And I'm gonna relax to do some journaling and just enjoy my Sunday. So with that being said, thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I'm a.k.a. Scooby, and I'm out. Y'all be easy.